energy in your system. So where do we start? Where do we start? From making this beautiful collective choice. It's so beautiful. I love this thing called choice because we make a choice only when the path has been shown to us. So we need to be very grateful to our master who has given us this path. So we can now internally, हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं निश्चय, हमको समझकर, जानकर, बूझकर, अपने ऊपर कृपा कर कर हमें निश्चय करना है. किस चीज का निश्चय करना है? To walk this beautiful internal path. All right, the word internal path sounds so beautiful, correct? Sounds very energizing. But which is this path? Internal path. External path I can see. I have my logistics in place. My mind understands it. I'm able to walk on it and reach somewhere. But when somebody says internal path, sounds good. It somewhere works in my imagination, but really I don't understand which is this path. Here is the introduction. It starts, your internal journey starts by you making a choice. All right. So what is the choice? Number one, make a note if you guys need to make a note. Your first choice, I choose not to disturb myself with anything that seems disturbing to me. I choose not to get disturbed. I am not blaming anybody. Please understand, okay? I am not, what am I doing here? Am I blaming the world? Am I stopping things? No, I'm not doing that. Internally, I'm creating a beautiful, divine self-defense mechanism. I have to know. When we enter into a car, we close the window shields to protect ourselves from the external environment. And we have beautifully created our own internal environment of air conditioning. Do we understand this? Similarly, this is what we're going to do with ourselves. I am giving you the definition, guys, of the internal path, internal journey, आंतरिक अवस्था, आंतरिक journey, अंदर का रास्ता. That is our insight. Our internal insight is the norm. Very, very important. जब तक हमने अपनी शक्तियां अंदर की ओर नहीं ली, तब तक हमें किसी भी सवाल का जवाब नहीं मिल सकता. थोड़ा सा भी हमारे स्वभाव में चेंज नहीं आएगा. A smallest aptitude requires a shift. For example, it cannot be done without you having your focus inside. Very important. A smallest shift in aptitude requires your attention internally. So, what is the internal path? First, making a choice. What are the choices that I have to make with myself? One, I choose not to get disturbed. First, let's just work with our choices. And then how do we deal with not getting disturbed? We will work on it. But I choose not to get disturbed. I choose to be in abundance internally. I choose to be in a space of happiness and peace. I choose. This is what I choose. My second choice. Now, this is a deeper choice. This is going more subtle, and definitely we all can do this. What is the second choice? My second choice is I choose to ignore the noise inside. I choose to ignore the noise inside. Brilliant. Guys, are you ready for the third choice? This is really deep and subtle. It's a magnificent part of meditation. What is the third choice? The third choice is after I choose to ignore the noise, I choose to only focus on my light. Light. I choose to focus on my light. I choose to be. I choose to allow. I choose to accept, feel, and be in my being. I choose. My darling, the moment we have made these choices, there is a sudden alignment that happens in our system. When this alignment happens, what are the implications of an alignment? When this alignment happens, there's something that follows for free, and that is your peace. That is your peace. And what happens when peace follows? The mind starts getting healed. And what happens with your mind getting healed? The noise starts to auto-sort itself out. And how do you know that is happening? You know that is happening because you are witnessing that, which is your actual natural self, your actual natural nature. हमारा असली स्वभाव किसका है? असली स्वभाव दृष्टा का है, दृष्टापने का है. That there actually was none other than that. It's only this. It is the mind that says so many of us, this is what we need to do. This is how I need to lead my life. I should do this. I should not do this. No, we are not going in that position at all. We are not going in that space at all. Remember, we made that choice. All of this that I just spoke to you about is an example to tell you the noise in our system. All of this comprises of the noise. You, remember, don't exist to lead a life. And to figure this truth out, we have made those three choices. To figure this truth out, we have made those three choices. When your mind starts experiencing peace, what happens? It starts to get energized. Why do we need to get our mind energized again? Remember, it has been so de-energized because it has been all over the place. We have tried to make sense from something which has been so senseless all the time. And how do you know I'm telling you the truth? Why should you even believe me? Or why should you even listen to this? Anything that makes sense will leave you with a very good feel. Will leave you feeling very elevated, sorted, cleansed, and healthy. But what you and me feel when our minds are so distracted all over the place and trying to get something out of it, trying to make sense out of everything, how are we feeling? Are we feeling very energized? I don't think so. I know that so many of us need to do so many things to get our mind in track. So many things. A lot of us need to have pills before we sleep in the night to be able to sleep for at least 4 hours. So many of us indulge into so many things to experience an external ecstasy, to experience a high. Because why? What are we doing? Why do we need all of that? Because we are doing a runaway. We can't manage our own noise. We can't manage our own sounds. How shameful. You mean to say the source of all the trouble is here? It's me? The truth is, yes, my darling. That is the truth. And that is the way I felt at the end of my 5th day. I felt ashamed. Beginning, I was shocked. Then I felt ashamed. Then I tried and tried. What happened? Nothing happened. Normally, like I just said before, what would most of us do? What would most of us do? Just drop. We would just drop any effort after that because it would be so shameful. It would be so tiring. And then we would plonk ourselves again in the world and do what the world is doing and find our own reasons, find our own ways of getting our own selves set in that system, which will never happen. But probably postpone our own miseries. We try to postpone our own miseries. But because I had an amazing master, a perfect, complete master, I was under a Brahmagyani Guru, and I have been so grateful for that. My Bhagwan, my Guru, never allowed me to let go and was constantly there for me. The invisible, lovable hand of my Bhagwan was with me, constantly giving me the strength, and I continued being at it. Continued being at it. And that is how, over a period of time, I hit on this amazing reality that, oh my God, there is no requirement of any kind whatsoever. Whatever there is on this planet, while we are alive and while we are not, is just here, and it's just me. And we use the word me because you understand that word me. You will relate to the word me more than anything else, because still we are on our journey of evolution. After that, there is no communication required either. But right now it is required, because we need to understand the internal part to work on it, right? Therefore, in this communication, I need to use the word me, that there is nothing, none other than me. There is none other. वो मी बोलने वाला दिमाग भी इतना मेल्ट हो जाता है, बचता नहीं है. It does not exist. All that exists is what you witness, and the words can't explain it. Can't explain it. And then you realize there was never this world. There was never a creation. There's a non-creation. There was never a requirement to create any meaning for anything. If there was somebody else, I would need to love that person. If there was something else, I would need to hate that particular thing. The choices I make in my system based on a lie was not required at all. Everything, the foundation of my internal existence earlier was just a bucket of trash. Just a bucket of trash. And then the order that I could get from within was not accepted by me at all. And I would have my fingers outside, blaming, cleaning, trying, pushing, so much and so forth. And when you realize that the source of that odor, that source of that stink is coming from here, it is of course shameful. But accepting that is beautiful. And then to realize, it's such an awakening that the source of the odor, uska source, the source of that source is also me, which is the divine. It just is. Everything is a fraction of imagination, nothing less and nothing more. That is the whole truth, my darling. Please, after you've heard this, what I have spoken today, I don't know, is the ultimate divine truth. I don't know why it has come out of my mouth today, but I think it always does in so many ways. But it has been beautifully, clearly explained in a very easy way. There is no reason for us to become hyper under any scenario. Just no reason. Pull back your strings, pull back your ropes, just come back into your divine space. Just hit the right chord. To your only reality, and everything else, don't worry about it. You don't have to make any effort externally. It will all find its own way. हिंदी में हम बोलते हैं, तुम्हारा ध्यान खाली तुम अपने पुरुषत्व पे लगाओ. तुम्हारी स्त्री मतलब प्रकृति जो है, अपने आप हर चीज perfectly करेगी. Internally, you need to be very solid through your own experience that anything and everything that, if at all happens, only happens for the best and is happening in the best possible fashion. Happening, like I have always said to you, my dear darlings, is extremely powerful. It is a divine flow of the Ganga. It always is, and there can be nothing wrong with it. Nothing. Happening doesn't need you for its own happening. You understand? Actions is continuous. It is flawless. Just like the breeze is flawless. You need to understand again one reality, the Atma, the you, and the mind that is springing out. The Atma and the mind are just one. Like the flowing of the breeze, and the breeze itself is just one. Like the gold and the jewelry from the gold seems to be different, but the person who understands jewelry will always have his eyes on the gold and not the shape and the size of it. Similarly, your you-ness, your mind, your intellect, your understanding, your body, your feeling is only one. There was never a duality. There is never a two. And that is the answer of all our questions. I hope you do get your answers through what has been spoken today. In so many days, again going back to my experience, in so many days when my Bhagwan, my Guru internally did not let go of me, I hit on this amazing peace, this depth of this ocean, and everything came alive. Reality just hits. And it is all over. Really, we don't have to work so hard. The reality is all over. There is constant sense of flexibility and forgiveness in our system. We don't have to create it or get it from the sky. It is all there inside us. There's abundance of treasures inside us. Really, it is so fulfilling. Just go past the sound in our systems, darling. Don't do a runaway. There is no requirement for a runaway. The more you get upset, the more situations are becoming hard and difficult for us. It's a knock on your conscious. Let it in. Open the doors. When there is no other way but to dive in your system, that is a good way. That is the best way, because that finally is the treasure our Lord, our God, our Father of the universe has kept for us. Really, anything that leaves you with a bad feel, please do not entertain. Just drop. Do not entertain gossip. Do not entertain negativity. Please do not entertain any repetition of situations which have not let you be in peace. Do not do this. Nobody does a harm to us beyond a point, but you and me harm ourselves over and over again. I don't think any of us deserve that. Learn the art of letting go by learning the art to be. This is a beautiful thing, a very internal thing, but also a very obvious thing.